Hello, good morning. Welcome to Monday morning and Big Sellers Live. It's Lisa Copeland. I am your host, and I've been really excited about getting this put together for everybody. So, little backstory for those of you that know me. I'm helping lead one of the fastest growing real estate, hey, Anthony, and mortgage teams in the country. And so, big part of why people join our organization is for the training and so that they can learn from people that have been very, very successful. So I made the decision the other day, kind of an executive decision, that at least for now, because I've got to film all this anyways, that I would post it out to my community, and I hope that no matter what business you're in, whether you're in real estate, insurance, automotive, whatever it may be, that you will learn something from this, because at the end of the day, selling is selling. And there really isn't any different in our craft and what's going on in the world today, where we're having to pivot and do some things differently. So this whole week, I'm coming to you live at 10 a.m. Central. I've got some fantastic guests from all different industries, all different companies. I've got a guest tomorrow, Miss Robin Goad, from a Fortune 100 company from Amazon, but to talk about, and what I think is the most important thing when it comes to selling, when it comes to building a business, when it comes to pivoting, is emotional intelligence. Do we have our emotions pulled together, or are we wearing them on our sleeves? Are we engaging in conversations on social media that, frankly, we should not be engaging in? So with that being said, I want to get going. So I notice I've got a typo out there, y'all, so hold on one second for me. So one of the things I do want to talk about, all right, is the fact that, let's just start with social media. The world of social media is changing. You know, we're seeing people out there. I know people have signed up for the new platform. I've signed up for it. It doesn't mean I'm leaving Facebook, but Facebook could leave me someday. Facebook could leave every one of you. So part of the importance of today in building your business, whatever that looks like, what is your business, right? Throw me some stuff out there. Hey, Melissa Burrow and William and Max and Vanjie and Anthony. Hello, hello, hello. What is your business, and what are you going to do to sustain your business? How are you going to create, or where are you going to create a platform or a place that is not controlled by someone else? Boy, that just seems to be the $1 million question right now. So if you're in real estate, insurance, stock market, whatever it may be, all right, your business is at risk. Your business is at risk anytime anybody else controls what's going on besides you. So we're not just going to blame it on Facebook this morning. We're going to blame it on everything. So what are you going to do to sustain your business? Are you going to build a list? Are you going to start a membership site, which is something I'm very much considering doing? What is it you're going to do to sustain? And if somebody out there said, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Now, hello, Lachelle. So I want to tell y'all, depending on which platform that we're streaming on, you've got to click the button for StreamYard and give permission so I can see your name. But some of the things, so today, this entire week is devoted to selling and emotional intelligence. And I'm bringing on some really smart people. Today's inaugural show, I just wanted to talk to y'all. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for sharing. I wanted to talk to y'all about it because we're living in a really highly charged world right now. Everybody's got an opinion. People feel better if they can come and they get involved in conversations that I see on social media, and it's like, gosh, get off of that conversation, okay? Because you guys have heard me say this before. I don't think you necessarily care about what my opinion is. All it's going to do is change your opinion of me. And something our mothers taught us a long time ago: if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And these are some of the things that I really want to encourage you this week as I bring on many business experts, people from all verticals, all companies, all around the country, that I'm going to bring on and that are going to talk to you and train with you and teach you and hopefully give you some great tidbits to walk away. Is that you have you can only rely on you. Okay. You can't let people suck you in and goat you into conversations and goat you into things that you don't want to be involved in. All right. So this week is dedicated 1,000,000% to selling and emotional intelligence. And borrowing one of my favorite lines from the movie, The Big Short: the truth is like poetry, But people blankety blank hate poetry, right? And so, your truth is your truth and my truth is my truth. But when it comes to serving our clients and building our businesses and building our empires, it all starts with emotional intelligence. I am seeing people that I know and love crumble in front of my face. I'm seeing their businesses being destroyed. And it's because of them, because they're not willing to change, to pivot, to compartmentalize. Because you see, when you're out there and you're building your business and you're selling and you are the product, because it doesn't matter what you sell. People do business with people they fundamentally know, like, and trust. All right. So the secret ingredient as a sales professional is understanding how emotions dominate and drive buying decisions. That is critical to supercharging your income and advancing your career. I'm going to read that to you again. I think that's going to be the most important thing that I say. And if you're out there and you're watching this right now and you're like, "Ooh, this is some good stuff," just go ahead and hit that share button. Hit that share button because somebody probably needs to see this. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would just let me know you're out there. I know lots of people from our team are on here today, and it will be replayed into our private groups with EXP. So the secret ingredient as a sales professional is understanding how emotions dominate and drive buying decisions. And that's critical to supercharging your income and advancing your career. It's hard right now. Okay. I mean, we have so much unrest going on in our country. We've got a pandemic going on, depending on who you talk to, what is the financial state of our country, right? But you and I still have to pay the bills. We still have to go out there and we have to make things happen. We owe it to ourselves and our country, and we owe it to our businesses. So that's what we're going to spend this week doing and talking about. I will be on every day at this week at 10 a.m. Central. I'm going to have some fantastic guests, people from all different verticals and all different kinds of companies, but every one of these people have been wildly successful within their field. Tomorrow, I've got Robin Goad coming on, talk about a rock star. She is with Amazon. She was a director at Dell at one point. She was with Gartner. She is just phenomenal and understands emotional intelligence, because there's so many times, y'all, that we have got to leave some of this stuff at the door. All right, so just remember this. People buy for their reasons, not yours. So when you're out there and you're selling something and you want people to buy into what you are and what you're selling, it isn't going to do you any good unless you can get on the same playing field that they're on. And to buy is to human, act on emotion and justify it with logic. So people buy because we're human. We like to buy things. Like there's endorphins released within our body when we buy something. When you buy something you love or something you've been waiting for or you're excited about it. I mean, think about Apple Computer. Think about Apple. People will wait all night in line. They'll wait all night in line to get a product that'll be on the shelf in a week. Have you ever seen Apple put anything on sale? No. And it's because people fundamentally believe, myself included, that this piece of equipment right here, I cannot work. I cannot live. I cannot function. I cannot stay connected. I cannot do anything without this piece, this thing right here, which is what Steve Jobs said 10, 15 years ago, that he was going to create a device that would connect the world, that you would be able to run your entire life off of the device. Job well done, sir. Job well done. So people fundamentally, I really believe this, they are fundamentally early adopters. All right. And this week, we're going to talk so much when we go into emotional intelligence, but we're going to talk about scarcity factors and how to create that, how to create urgency without being pushy, how to create almost a buying frenzy for your product, your service, or whatever that may look like. All right. Those are the things that we're going to talk about this week. I've got some great experts. I've done a lot of research on it. And frankly, everything I'm telling y'all, I've done it myself. All right. Done it myself. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Okay. So from complex to completely transactional, impulse purchases and emotions drive buying decisions. All right. I mean, I can take it to something as simple as walking into the grocery store and, walking through the vegetable and the fruit aisle and seeing these beautiful strawberries. I'm so bad about this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to buy all these new berries. I need to buy these berries. They look delicious and I'm going to eat healthy this week. Y'all, there are weeks I buy the berries and they just sit in my refrigerator. I never eat them. I don't get around to it. I'm gone. I'm out. I don't think about it in the morning. Whatever it may be. I may be running out the front door with just a cup of coffee. But that trigger of that bright red succulent berry when I'm walking through the vegetable and the fruit aisle, it draws me in to paying, I don't know, $10. I don't even know. Strawberries are expensive in Texas. I see a bunch of my California friends, and I know that they're less expensive out in California. But science is stacking up one study after another that demonstrates the leverage that emotion exerts on the choices we make. It is all about it. Have you ever gone out shopping, right? And you're in a terrible mood. You know, you had a fight with your spouse, you had a fight with your kids, you had a fight with your boss. And the only, and you walk in and you make an impulse buy here, and then you go over to the makeup counter and you think, well, maybe it's just because I need to brighten up my face a little bit. If I change my lipstick, maybe I'll change my life. I mean, we've all felt like that before, right? It's that emotional tug. And then you get home and things settle down and the world as we know it goes back to normal, because that's what happens. Okay. And you look at that lipstick, or you look at that blouse, or you look at that hat and you go, what was I thinking? But that adrenaline, that emotion is such an incredible driver. So how do you create that same sort of endorphin, emotion, and emotional tug for your product or service without having to have a bad day? Right? For all of our team out there that's watching this, our mortgage team and our real estate teams and all of my friends and my followers out there, I'm going to challenge you this week. We're going to show you this week how to create an emotional tug, an emotional feeling, an emotional connection to your product or your service. Because that right there will win the game. But the other thing on the other side of that emotion is we're going to talk about how to keep your emotions in check. You see, the great ones know how to create emotion around their product. The bad ones, the people that don't succeed in business or in sales, they have all the emotion within inside them, right? They lose the, they'll win the war or they'll lose the battle to win the war. And so those are some of the things I want to talk to you about, because right now we're in a very supercharged world. And so anyways, all right, so let's look at this. Emotion is why well-educated executives make multi-million-dollar decisions with massive implications to their companies, because they feel one sales team cares more about them than the other. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow with Robin Goad, because she has done and led big teams on B2B selling, right? If you're out there and you're selling business to business, it's pretty dicey out there. And it's not just about the greatest presentation. It's not just about going out there and having the best product, because the best product doesn't always win. It's how do you create that emotional pull, that emotional connection to your product or service. And it gets down to making the person sitting on the other side of the table or the desk believe that you care more about their success than even they care, and that your product and service can do for them what the others can't. And then I will tell you, once you can create that feeling, that emotion, then you will win. Cost gets thrown out the window. It absolutely gets thrown out the window. So despite all the tools and information and data at their fingertips in our internet-connected world, buyers continue to make irrational decisions because they are human. So, you can go in with the greatest presentation. If you're a realtor out there, one of our team, and you've got the greatest listing presentation, you've got the data, and you've got all of the flyers you're going to make, and you're going to show them the advertising budget and all of the above. If you have not made that connection one-on-one with the person sitting there, understanding what are their needs, what are their desires, why are they selling, how is it that you can help them transition their biggest purchase with the least amount of pain, that is the person that is going to earn their business. It is not the person who's got the best data, although data is important. Data is what a lot of times is going to get us in the front door, but it's that emotion, it's that heart pull, it's that connection. That is what's going to sell every single time. Every single time. So whether it's a Fortune 5 company or you're just sitting in front of Mr. and Mrs. Jones, making some really tough decisions. It's how do you connect? How do you connect with the person sitting on the other side of that negotiating table? And that's what we're going to spend the week on this week. Now, I know sales meetings need to be in chunk sizes because everybody's busy and it's a Monday. So I just wanted to lay the groundwork about what this whole week is going to look like. I'm very excited. Tomorrow, you want to tune in at the same time, at the same channel you're on right now, where I've got Robin Goad from Amazon. Like I said, Robin has led very large international and global sales organizations, and she understands emotional intelligence and how to win. How to win. We all want to win, but it's different to win today than it was yesterday or last week or last year. Now, I want to invite all of you to join the Big Sellers Mastermind group. It's on here on Facebook. Now, I know that I've got a typo. Hey, even the best of us, right? I only had one cup of coffee this morning. But go on here on Facebook and join, if you are not already a member, the Big Sellers Mastermind group. We're going to be transitioning that group a bit so that we can offer a lot more of our collateral within that group. And then figuring out eventually how we're going to transition all of this off of non-owned platforms. And that's a whole nother show in itself. But I hope you all have a fantastic day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, introducing you to my good friend, Robin Goad, because I'm telling you, it will be eye-opening. And then today, I just want you to think about how you handle every situation. Are you going to handle it with reserve? Are you going to hold back? Are you going to keep yourself from engaging in non-productive conversations? Boy, I'm going to spend the whole week on that and how that equates to business and success. Like I said, I've got a lot of great guests to announce this week, but for tomorrow, it's Robin Goad with Amazon, a global sales leader, somebody who has negotiated at the highest levels with people from all over the world. And it's very, very exciting what you're going to take away after tomorrow's Big Sellers sales meeting live. So if you have not shared this out, share it out, please. And if you are not a member already of the Big Sellers Mastermind group, go into Big Sellers Mastermind, request to join, and we'll let you in because eventually all of this will live there exclusively. But again, I wanted to open it up to my followers and my tribe and just help everybody be more successful as we close out what has probably been one of the most interesting years I've ever lived in. All right, until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, I hope you have a great day. It's Lisa Copeland. Check it out. Bye, y'all.